What's going on, guys? What the flux? You're going to be playing some more Black Ops today. Today we're going to be playing a TDM match here on Cracked. My loadout today is going to be the Galil, I think. I don't know which gun I'm actually using, to be quite honest, but I believe I'm using the Galil with Red Dot, probably Warlord, Ghost, and Ninja, as I was mostly using in these games. This is one of my first matches that I actually recorded. I think I got this one directly after the previous Black Ops match I posted, so these are pretty close together. And I think what I was doing is I was trying to compare between the assault rifles and the submachine guns to see which ones I was liking better. And that is my phone going off, and I'm gonna check that really quick, even though it doesn't really matter. But so far in this game, I think that I'm really leaning way more towards the assault rifles. Submachine guns have always fit my playstyle a little bit more, which is, you know, getting behind people, playing a little bit faster than the rest of the crowd, and using my speed and my mobility to get behind people, pick up easy kills, and just surprise people overall. And assault rifles don't necessarily let me do that. They're actually pretty sluggish in this game. They feel really similar to light machine guns, just from their weight and the movement speed overall. So I mostly stick with submachine guns, but I really can't stand any of the submachine guns at this point, except for the AK-74. That's it. Most of the submachine guns actually only have a 20-round clip, which in a game where it takes 4 bullets to kill somebody most of the time, that's pretty ridiculously bad. I can't see very many people making use of that. I don't understand how those guns are ever going to be very mainstream, really. I can see people using them because they will like the challenge, but I can't see people using them very consistently and doing very well. So I really think this is going to be another assault rifle based game overall. People are really going to lean a lot more towards these, and since we're kind of on the subject of assault rifles, I'll say so far that I'm really fond of the Galil, but I think I'm going to stick mostly with the AUG. The AUG has been very, very consistent overall, and I really like that they changed that from a light machine gun to an assault rifle, because it does leave it with the mobility factor that assault rifles gain from light machine guns. I'm really not too sure what they were thinking with iron sights overall, but it seems like every iron sight for a particular gun type, albeit, you know, assault rifles or submachine guns or light machine guns, the iron sights are the same pretty much overall, and most of the assault rifles kind of have that art, just like the circle with the 3-point reticle there. I really don't know how to explain it too well, but I really do like the iron sight changes, even though those probably aren't what they actually look like in real life. If they aren't, they still add a really solid challenge to the game, and really kind of make Red Dot almost a necessity for a lot of players, and that definitely includes myself. A lot of people are going to find themselves using red dots, and I think this kind of, it's a bad thing in a way too. I mean, it's good that it allows people to, well, it doesn't really allow people, but it brings on a greater challenge to people that they have to make that choice between silencer or red dot. But I really think what's going to happen is that we're going to be seeing a lot of Warlord perks running around, and that's really going to close down that red perk slot for a lot of people. In TDM, which we're playing right now, obviously, it doesn't matter too much if you show up on the radar, because you're going to be switching around so much. But I'm an S&D player primarily because it's an objective, and I feel it's where there's a lot of competitive play going on. A lot of people actually are trying hard, and I know a lot of people get a bad rep for being a tryhard, but I like to play against people when they're trying their best. I want to see how good I am too, but I think it kind of ruins S&D and doesn't help to the fact that Search and Destroy is going to suffer mostly for it. And I don't know if Treyarch took that into account, that they're really going to be seeing a lot of Warlord perks running around, or what, but I really think that's where it's going to go. But oh well. I mean, you get a deck of cards you're you're dealt. You just gotta play with him. Not much you can do. Right there, I totally embarrassed that guy. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I think he was using that M14. I'm not sure though, but oh well. But kind of moving back to the gameplay a little bit now that my little tangent is done. We're playing on Cracked today, and I'm a pretty big fan of Cracked. Cracked has a lot of good redeeming qualities to it. It has a little bit of everything for everybody. It has buildings for people to camp in, which are great. I'm a building player, really, because it's a little bit tighter of an area and it allows me to use my drop shotting a little more effectively. It has very wide open areas as you're crossing the streets, and that'll definitely catch a lot of people off guard. But it's just, overall, it's pretty solid. The only thing I really have a gripe with about this map is, well, this map and almost every map in general, really, is that there's very narrow alleyways that you can't exit from a spawn. In this case, there's maybe, trying to think really quick, I think there's 4 different exits you can actually use to get across the main street into the middle buildings from the particular side I just exited. From this side, I think there's 4 as well, but all of the exit ways are really narrow doorways, and that just screams lockdown to me. I mean, I'm a pretty, like, you're gonna have to, TDM is about spawn trapping people, but I'm going back to search and destroy here. It really closes down search and destroy overall. It doesn't make it very easy for people to actually flank the opposing team, but oh well. For TDM, I guess it really doesn't matter, and once again, that kind of goes back to the suppressor argument just as much. You don't necessarily need it, and that's fine. I guess that kind of works out pretty well here, but kind of moving back towards the gameplay here. I've gotten my 2 points out of the way that I've been griping on all weekend. Assault rifles just seem to be better, and that maps overall just don't play very well for search and destroy, and I think I'll be playing a lot of TDM really, but that's fine. I mean, whatever. But gonna be moving back to the gameplay here and back towards the map a little bit more. Cracked kind of, another like really big gripe I have with Cracked is that Cracked is really notorious for its spawn switching. More so than almost every other map I think I've played with, but this map in particular just punishes people extremely harshly for attacking the opposing team's spawn. Right now it seems like our team is pretty split up. It seems like we're now spawning on the side that I'm on, but a couple seconds ago there, most of the team was on the other side of the street, and it seems like a lot of times your team will get split up pretty easily because of spawn switches, and that definitely is going to cause a lot of problems for people, and that's just gonna bring down the overall fun of the game, really, because you're gonna have to move with your team, and a lot of people don't play Call of Duty to play with their team unless, you know, they obviously have a set group of friends that they are playing with. But a lot of people really like the Call of Duty franchise because you can kind of lone wolf it, and you can just do what you want, really, and you can still be successful. You don't necessarily have to be running in packs of 2s like you would in Halo to be very, very effective. But that's just my 2 cents on it, really. That's what I've seen so far, is that it seems like Treyarch really wanted to punish campers, but they really want to punish the lone wolfer too, i.e. by taking out sniping and with these really harsh spawn switches. So I mean, that's Treyarch. They had an idea of what they were doing coming in, and I think they accomplished, if that was their goal, they accomplished it very, very well. But you can tell, beautiful hit detection there. Yeah, it totally wasn't hitting him while he was in last stand, but whatever. That's gonna be the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. A little bit longer of a commentary than I'm used to, but I didn't catch my final score. I think it was 20-3, which is a pretty awesome KD ratio. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is What the Flux. I'm out. Peace.